In this video, we're going to use Claude to create courses on our LifterLMS website. This connection is facilitated by WP Vibe. It's a program that you can use to connect your LifterLMS and WordPress websites to your AI, such as Claude or ChatGPT, to speak directly to your website. It's almost like you can tell your website to build a course, which is what we're going to be doing today, providing it a document. It's going to make a course based on that document, but the first thing with any plugin is that we have to set it up. So let's go to the back end of my WordPress website and add a new plugin. I'm going to look up WP Vibe, install that, and activate. It adds a menu item on my left-hand sidebar here, WP Vibe, with some instructions for setup. And so these instructions I'm going to provide you today are specifically for Claude. So let's take a look. When I go to Claude and I'm going to have a conversation, I click the plus icon, I click on connectors, and then I click add connector, add custom connector. This is where we can connect to our WordPress website via WP Vibe. And again, if that was fast, you click the little plus button in the corner, connectors, add connector, custom connector. We'll give it a name, LifterLMS integration. Our remote MCP server URL. It's right here. It's the same one every time, so if you want to copy it, if you want to pause the video and copy that URL, you can. In the advanced settings, we don't really need to do anything here for now. We'll just click add. It's going to take a second, it's going to do some thinking, and it's going to ask me to sign into WP Vibe. So let me type the email that I used to sign up, and then I'll probably get a code to that email. 6-digit code. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, I got the code. Alright, so we are connected to WP Vibe's LifterLMS integration. And then what we're going to want to do is connect to my website. And for that, if I visit the WP Vibe settings, connect to my site. It's going to have me connect to my site, and I am signed in. Let's make sure the connector is on. You see WP Vibe LifterLMS integration, that's the one we just made, and it is connected. So I can say connect to my website, and it should use the tool that it has as a part of this chat now to do that. So you can see Claude wants to use your WordPress site. We're gonna always allow. Alright, so open it in your browser. It'll take you to a WordPress admin area where you can approve the connection in one click. Open that link and it takes us to an application would like to connect to your account. WP Vibe will approve this connection. The site is connected, and now we can talk to our AI assistant and have it support us on doing things on our website. So let's get some data. Let's say, hey Claude, can you make a course for me? LifterLMS. So we're going to make a LifterLMS course, and what we're going to use is a document I have on the 25 cognitive biases. It's a pretty basic Google document, and it lists out the 25 cognitive biases from a popular book by the same name. So I want to create an informational course about the book and the biases. I'd like 25 lessons, one for each bias. Please add some, let's move my face. Please add some more info to each lesson. And then we also want a course description. Author attribution, full course. Thank you. So we'll send Claude away on this adventure. This is something that would normally take course creators in LifterLMS or LearnDash or other LMS tools a while to put together. We have to curate the content, we have to find images, we have to write all the lesson content, write quizzes, and so now Claude can support you on those steps. I work with a lot of clients who use AI for things like pulling information off their website and analyzing it. So reporting data, or you could say to Claude, hey Claude, give me the top 10 students this month as far as who has made the most progress. It'll give them to you because it has access to your website. It can see the users. It'll give you that information and it'll be like, hey, these are your top 10 users. And then you can say, write them an email to congratulate them on their large use and ask them for a review. And that kind of thing can be connected now to agents and other features that Claude has, which is really cool. You can have a little review task manager that handles getting reviews from your students about your courses. So Claude wants to list connected sites. Yeah, I'll always allow. Claude wants to get site info. We will always allow. And the first time you set this up, the first time you go through it, like you see here, it's going to ask for a lot of permissions, but because I'm clicking always allow, it's going to be able to do these things automatically the next time. Discover plugin abilities. Sounds good. So it's going to look into LifterLMS. Claude wants to get details from, yes. And it's good that it's asking for each of these abilities. Because there may be a permission we don't want to have. One of the integrations that Claude can have that's not just with your WordPress website, there's an integration with your Gmail. So Claude can draft emails for you, delete emails, organize emails, or even send emails. And I don't recommend turning on the permission for Claude to be able to send emails. I like the ability for Claude to draft an email for me, but I want to look at it and approve it before I send it. Stuff like that. So whenever you see these permissions come up, make sure to read what they are, because on every software you might not want to activate all of them. You don't want a robot sending your emails for you. At least not today. Got the site connected to LifterLMS. I read your document. It's a 25 from Charlie Munger's The Psychology of Human Misjudgment. Okay. So Claude wants to run the ability. Yes, always allow. So these are related to creating the course. You can see it created a course with ID 313. Now it's going to create 5 modules. Sections are in. Now the 25 lessons. So I guess it broke my course out into modules, and you can see that I didn't really specify what kinds of sections I wanted on my LifterLMS courses. So the more specific you are, the more you can get exactly what you want. But in this case, I'm okay with the AI coming to my website and just going at it for the demo. But you may want to give it some more details. And a really useful tip is that you can ask Claude to interview you and say like, hey, interview me about the course material for an hour, and then you create the course based on the material I give you, and then you as the instructor would proofread that content. Some cool capabilities you can do to get the AI to pull the information out of you. And I believe you can try this for free. I was using the free ChatGPT integration with WP Vibe earlier today, and I think you can do it with Claude for free too. I have the Pro WP Vibe and the paid Claude subscription, so I am on the premium version here, but I believe everything you're seeing today you can do for free, at least to demo it. When it comes to AI usage, really what we think about is the amount of credits that you're using and the amount of work you're having the AI do. It takes up your usage. So it's almost like little tokens that you get to spend in certain ways, and certain activities that you ask the AI to do, such as building a course, may take up more of your capacity. In WordPress, we're used to a pricing model that is based on you buy a license one time, maybe you buy a license per website, and then you can use that technology unlimited times. But with AI, it does put a limitation on your usage. because you do have to pay per usage. And when you do it this way, the usage isn't as high as it feels like if you're using the WordPress 7.0 API. I've been much more impressed by this WP Vibe integration than I have so far with the WordPress default. But it's pretty standard that private companies create products to push us a little bit ahead of what WordPress can do, but over time WordPress catches up. We saw this in 2018 WordPress with the Gutenberg editor that we now use constantly today. So on the website as well, we'll see if I can catch one. There are these little messages that come in. They pop up in this right-hand corner and they say that we've added something to your website. So it's doing some modules here. Let's jump to the website. That's one of those notifications I was talking about. It's building on top of the API. So for anyone who's a developer or knows the term API, the create lesson is part of the API that has existed for a long time. You used to need a developer to get involved with your project in order to leverage API features, but now the AI is a skilled developer in itself, and it's able to make things happen based on APIs. Where we talk to it, it interprets what we need, and it uses APIs to make it happen. So pretty cool. But just for the developers out there, it's the same technology that we've always been using, just a prompt and system prompt that determine what we're going to do on with the API. So more and more lessons are getting added. Maybe I could jump to my lessons page. They're all in draft mode. I wonder if they're going to be published. And that is another thing when you're working with a robot like this. It doesn't always do things the way that we would expect, so you have to really double check its work. So you can see I'm creating a bunch of content I haven't even seen the content yet, and it's being created. But I am going to need to proofread this deeply and make sure the tech is set up properly. We'll give it 1 second to run through the rest of my lessons, and I'll be right back with you. We can work on building our thumbnail for this video right now. It's a good time for that. I'm talking. There we go. How do I get that on my website? There it is. Boom. Do we like that one more, or do we like this one more? Oh, don't open it. Upload it. I think I like the one where I'm looking to the side more. Alright, we'll come back to this. Let's see. Did Claude finish our task? The full course is built. Let's audit it. Let's see. So the first thing is that these lessons are in draft, which I did notice that. Let's tell it. The lessons are in draft. Can we publish? Boom. So we'll give it that feedback, and then we'll keep working through what it said. So then it's telling me the modules that it created. Each lesson follows the same structure, what it is, why we do it, where you'll see it. This is really great. Let's see what that structure looks like. I don't want to disrupt it. Flip all 26 items to published. I don't think doing a preview is really going to mess anything up. Alright. My site looks kind of wicked with this light mode, dark mode thing going on. Alright. So what is it? The final tendency is not a 25th item on the list. It's what happens when several of the previous 24 fire at once. Okay, very interesting. So since it's doing stuff on my website right now, it's reloading me on these drafts. But yeah, so how to encounter it. So this is creating some good content for me, and of course I would want to go through, proofread it, make sure all this is good, and this is what I want to be putting out there and that it is true. But it gives me a really good head start, because part of my instructional design journey now is going to be proofreading what was done rather than creating it all from scratch myself. And you can see as it goes through, it's publishing one by one each of these lessons. And let's take a look at the course while it does that. 25 cognitive biases, why your brain misjudges, and what to do about it. what you're going to learn. It gives us some learning incentives, who it's for. This is some pretty good text. We would want to lay this out more visually interesting. I am scanning or skipping these paragraphs, and so we want to make sure that the information really pops and that this seems like a very appealing course to take. With the age of AI, people are going to be making courses left and right, so what makes your courses stand out is really important. Getting this head start on instructional design gives you an opportunity to take it even further. Experiment with H5P, do flashcards, get videos made, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it looks like it met the task at hand. I could ask it to go get an image from the internet and put it as a featured image. Let's do that. Can you get an image from Unsplash and add it as the featured image? For anyone who doesn't know, Unsplash or Pixabay are free copyright image libraries, so you can use the images on there. Let's see, Claude wants to search photos, always allow. Claude wants to upload to the media library. You're gonna have to upload to the media library to get that photo in. Featured image is set on the course. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. That's a pretty cool featured image. But yeah, hopefully this has enlightened a little bit of the process for you of how to interact with the AI. I do recommend Claude over ChatGPT for this kind of task because Claude fills in a little bit more implicit context in my experience than what I've noticed with ChatGPT as of late. But again, I am on the paid version of Claude and I was on the free version of ChatGPT, so the features can vary a little bit based on the free or paid version of the AI software. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or want to see any other videos. I would be happy to show how you can use these connections for deeper marketing integration, for building features that you want to build. The AI can do so many things, not just this. This is just one capability in how to connect. I've been Emily from WP Course Guide. Join me next time, same bat channel, and have a good one.